it a glass?
Yeah.
Oh,
Red
shit.
Bull.
You said it was a glass.
It was a glass.
Gabe,
No more.
Gabe, I just wanted to ask you to say something. My wife is here, and I really enjoyed the story last time I heard you about Alabaster County.
Oh, Jesus. You want me to sing that? Huh? Okay, kill it. Yeah. Are you guys from Alabama?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can talk about Alabaster. So I'm a singer-songwriter from Nashville, right? And I've essentially when people ask me about how I got started in music, right? I'll tell them, like, it's like any other thing. Like, you get started when you're young. You're taking piano lessons or guitar lessons, and one thing leads to the other. You're playing in church. You're playing in school. You're accompanying the choir. You're singing in the choir. You're playing in jazz band, concert band, all the nerdiest shit, right? Y'all know what handbells are? Like a handbell choir? Yeah. I was like captain of the handbell choir. So, yeah, I didn't get laid a lot in high school. That's why I picked up a guitar. And so my folks are from a little island in the Pacific called Taiwan. This is important. Taiwan is a beautiful place. It's right off the coast of China, but it's a very democratic, free society, and you hear about Taiwan in the news sometimes. Not to be confused with Thailand, which is actually on mainland Asia. Taiwan's a little island in the Pacific, no bigger than Maryland, and essentially it's got jungles, it's got mountains, it's got beaches, and it's got beautiful people and amazing food. And despite all of that, my parents decided to leave it and immigrate to the States in the early 80s, leaving like 99% of our community behind. Well, the Chinese word for America is 美国. There's two words, 美国. 美国means beautiful country or beautiful land. So when people in China, like everyone who speaks the common tongue, Mandarin Chinese, when they refer to the States, it's 美国, which means beautiful land, which I think is very sweet. Right? So my parents, they leave this little island paradise. They come to 美国. They come to the beautiful country, and the first place they land is freaking Tucson, Arizona, right? The most beautiful place on earth, right? And they're like, well, it was all a lie, right? But they found out that they found beauty in the desert, and they got their master's degrees. They found their first job is by kismet or a string of fate, or as JD likes to say, universe shit. They ended up in Nashville, Tennessee. So my brother and I are born and raised in Nashville with a love for gospel and bluegrass and all that good stuff, and country music, obviously. Well, I always say that, like, the universe and God have a sense of humor, and I'm living proof of that because I'm the first generation son of Taiwanese American immigrants, right? And who would I fall in love and get married to? A redneck from Alabama. It's a hilarious pairing. You should have been at our wedding. I wish I could have invited everybody, but it was very colorful. I mean, it was a funny match. Our socioeconomic backgrounds are different. Our parents' political and cultural backgrounds are so vastly contrasting, and yet we found love, and we're going to make a family, and we've combined our cultures together in a way that's hard to do in today's society when nobody wants to hear anything about other cultures. So that all that to say is there's a pattern actually out there of hope of joining cultures. It's possible. And this gentleman was asking about Alabaster, and it's funny because my wife, her family is from Alabaster, Alabama, which I always call the whitest of white. Right? It's in the name itself. Yeah. And so they got she's the youngest. My wife Reagan, she's the youngest of three. She's the only daughter, and she was the last one to get hitched. Right. So her parents, I think all this time they thought she was going to end up with someone like her brothers, right? Someone who played D1 football, someone who could shoot a deer with a bow from 100 yards away, someone who could lay tile, like I know how to play a C chord, and so I just found that with the joining of our cultures, there's so many things that that are similar and so many things that are different. but it's a beautiful joining either way. I wrote this song for Reagan last year between the time we got engaged and married. I got married last October, and we got engaged in February. So in that short amount of time, I wrote the song to remind us that with all the wedding preparations going on and everything that goes with that the most important thing was that all we had is you and me, babe. So between me and her redneck family, this is the I'm serious. Like, every time I go home, my brothers are trying to get me to kill something. I went on my first dove hunt last Christmas, and mind you, I'd gone fishing as a kid and stuff, but I'd never shot anything and killed it, growing up. So if there's any animal lovers out there, I'm really sorry. But I went on this dove hunt for the first time last year, and it was to prove to her family that I was a man. So I bought her dad's shotgun, and we went out dove hunting, and I did pretty good. I got 3 or 4, but I didn't know that there was a specific way to kill them. If you clip them and they land and they can't fly anymore, there's a specific way to put them out of their misery, which is you take them by the head and you just do a quick ringing motion, and then you put them out of their misery real quick. You wring their neck. Nobody told Gabe this, so and I'm not a very good shot either. So I had all these doves, lying on the ground, and I just curb stomped all of them. And at the end of it was messy. I'm sorry, I didn't know how to the thing. So I ended up bringing them back to the camp at the end of the day, right? And I've got 4 messy birds, and they're like, man, this Gabe is a killing machine. Look at what he did to these poor birds. So I proved myself. I'm a man now. But that's just a little backstory on her family. Anyways, they're one bush light at a time. They're trying to turn me into a redneck, and it might be working. And this song is called The Wedding Song. Again, a reminder to my wife that all we need is you, me, babe, you and me in this pawn shop ring. We could run off and elope to a chapel somewhere, and it would still mean just as much. Obviously, that didn't happen. We went through. I'm way too afraid of her dad to actually do that. This is called The Wedding Song. What if the dress don't fit just right, and my boots are a little too tight? What if the fish are biting and your dad's nowhere to be found? What if the steak is way too tough and the band gets way too drunk? What in the hell is your mama gonna do now? Well, honey, it's not too late. Set a date with a magistrate. Yeah, we could save all that money for a house. Just you and me in a pawn shop ring. What a sight to see, you and me. Maybe your brother's gonna be right. It's gonna rain all day and night. He swears a farmer's almanac is never wrong. I love your family, all southern charm and profanity. It's a wonder why we even get along. Honey, it's not too late to set a date with a magistrate. Yeah, we could save all that money for a house. Just me and you in my second-hand suit with a ride boot, me and you. Before you walk down that aisle, we'll make a break and slip on out and find a chapel with a fat Elvis somewhere. Just you and me in a pawn shop ring. What a sight to see, you and me. Yeah, that's me next to you in my second-hand suit with a ride boot, me and you. And that's the God's honest truth between me and you.